Tidak dari mana yang zaman dulu kan. Tuh kayu ini lembaran saja tahu. Ai apa ini? Tuh zaka yang sama ini. Jemaah. Sannan ya ci gaba ya ce ranka ya dade. Ya ce we are all guilty. He requested that anyone to speak, even masu magana kenan yanzu, should speak sincerely and talk of how to reconcile us. Dan kai ka faɗi haka? Sarai. Ya ce wannan abin da ke faruwa a zangon Katab local government is senseless. Ba haushe ko in ya ce senseless wato abu da ake yi shi ba cikin hankali. Ba cikin me? Ba cikin hankali mai martaba ya faɗi wannan kalmar. Ya ce idan ba mu yi taka tsantsan ba tarihi sai ya yi jojin ɗinmu. Ya ce posterity will all judge us. In ka saki posterity wanda Allah ya bashi sarautar nan, ya kalman cewa posterity will judge us, ba fa sai ubanka ya ce Allah tsine ma ba, ko mahaifiya ta ce in dai wannan nonon ne ka sha, in ba mu yi taka tsantsan da wannan kalmar muka dawo haicinmu, wallahi posterity ba zai bar mu ba.
I would like to recognize the presence of the commander, Safe Haven. We have heard we have done like that's right. After which
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم sauran matakan girma duka na lura da su kuma na ba jama'a da aka ce don hausawa sun ce mu hausawa mun ce waiwaye you are going until you know where you are, how we came from. Are we likely to go to, are we likely to reach our destination?
Idan mutum ya aikata laifi a yi masa abin alhairi to a yabe shi a yi mishi kyauta zai ba shi dama gobe gara ya bayan iyaye
about the result. If there's a legacy we want to leave for the younger ones, many years after we have gone, is that during our time we're able to solve this crisis. It is possible, it can be done. I thank God that the focus of this summit is actually the way forward. We're not laying emphasis on the remote causes or the immediate causes. The way forward. What has happened has happened. Then we can decide to forgive each other and move on. We can do it. It takes sacrifice. We may have to give and take and view issues from both sides. Everyone has a grievance, everyone has an issue, but we can decide to lay it aside and move on. For the generation of the younger ones yet unborn and the youths that are still behind, we can't continue like this. We can decide to leave this legacy for our future generation. I'm not hearing clapping. So I'm sincerely pleading that we shield our swords and embrace peace. We'll be here. We'll continue to make the environment secure for further dialogue. And I'm not saying the agreements will be perfectly adhered to, but all conflicts can be resolved. It's working in Plateau State to some extent. It can work here. They've reached agreements in many communities. Once in a while it's broken, but it's resolved. People can pay compensation. People are treated in the hospital and they move on. And Plateau and Bauchi is quiet. It's quiet. Southern Kaduna can also be quiet. If we can deal with the communal aspect, then the criminal aspect can be easily focused on and dealt with. Those that come outside to conduct banditry operations and unnecessary killings, if we can decide to stay together, we can put hands together and solve the problem of those coming from outside to disturb our peace. Let me also make it clear that we'll be very brutal and ruthless with those that want to breach the peace. We have gotten reinforcements from the First Supporter Special Forces, and the Air Force have also given us special forces. We will try to dominate the areas. Our response time will be quicker. We also require intelligence and information as much as possible, and we will act on them. Please, I beg you, I'm so pleased that we reach very good agreements that we adhere to. It's one thing to reach agreements, it's one thing to also adhere to them. I believe it can be done, and we can leave a legacy for the future generation of Southern Kaduna indigenous and people staying here, so that it will be said during our time we're able to solve this problem. It can be done, it has been done elsewhere. Even when people fight wars, they still come back to the table to dialogue. And so there was no need in the first place for the killings. I believe we should give it a thought, and please take this summit and other subsequent ones that will come up very seriously. I've peeped into the chairman's remarks. There are going to be very good suggestions that we made. Please follow them. I might not stay to the end, but I've seen some of the things we say. They are quite cogent, and if we adhere to them, I see us embracing peace and enduring peace, which can only be brought about by ourselves, not by military might or military deployments.
The fight against incessant killings cannot be limited to solely repressive and punitive operations, but must be accompanied by a courageous and determined effort at resolving the issues that have created so much differences and animosities among the concerned parties. Whereas it may not be possible to explore the possible causes of this crisis at this meeting, it will be feasible to voice out our worries, our concerns, and prefer solutions. And I want to state also that no amount of revenge, bitterness, calumny, hatred, or name-calling can bring back those who have lost their lives in this senseless, condemnable, and unnecessary bloodletting. Posterity will judge us if we do not act now to arrest the ugly situation. The Atyap, Fulanis, and Hausas have coexisted peacefully and harmoniously in this land for a long time. Absolute trust was the order of the day. Each individual was his brother's keeper, and each fought to protect the other. The entire chiefdom was a closely knitted family. Fulanis, Hausas, Chawe, Igbo, Yoruba, Amawa, Ikulu, Surubu all lived peacefully with the Atyap, who are known to be very accommodating and hospitable. This trust has gradually been eroded and has deteriorated, resulting in the crisis now bedeviling the chiefdom, which informs the honors for convening this conference. There is no gainsaying that the recent crisis has had devastating effects on the entire people of the chiefdom. Lives were lost and properties worth millions have been destroyed, and life has become almost unbearable for all. The pitiable and woeful sight of all people running away from their places of domicile to ID camps and places and other places unknown has a devastating effect on the entire chiefdom. I want to, at this juncture, thank and appreciate the federal government for their attempts at curbing the excesses of attackers by the deployment of special forces, and pray that the much needed security will be provided, as there can never be any meaningful development without peace. In a similar way, let me appreciate His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, for encouraging us to convene this summit.
I'd like to wish that
beginning from today, that the issue of peace and peace building would have been a process that we're starting again on a very good note. Although we have some people that have come to assist us in the process of building peace, I do want to remind all of us again that the responsibility of ensuring peace is that of us, those of us who are in this local government council, this local government area. And I would like to hope that this process, again, which we are continuing today, will be such that we would undertake very committedly, very sincerely, and very honestly. I would like at this point to appeal and to encourage all the warring parties to the conflict to lay down their arms so that we can talk with the sole aim of achieving lasting peace.
Resolve, basically, is that we work hard to end the killings. And we're not just doing that in one directional way, we're meeting with the stakeholders, but also connecting with the security agents, with the STF commander, with some of the commanders on the ground. And I'm quite very pleased today, and also to get the Fulanis really present. And so you can imagine my joy that several of the Fulanis came, and several of the Hausa people came, but also several of the Atyap people are present. Number one expectation is that the killings will stop. Two, there can be no peace without justice. It is important that the subject of justice is pursued both by the government and also those who are stakeholders, because justice means that you find a way to give justice to everybody. And there's that need for inclusiveness in the search for justice. And then number three, expectation, and I probably will wrap up on that. You see, the problem is that this crisis is actually affecting the economic capability of Zangon Kataf. And so one of the outcomes, I hope, is that economic activities can pick up again.
I think first I commend His Royal Highness for organizing this inclusive dialogue forum because he has invited the diverse interest groups and communities in the chiefdom to be part of the conversation. So when we have issues, tensions, insecurity, one of the first steps beyond stabilizing the environment is to begin to get the parties to talk to each other, and that he's been able to bring all the stakeholders to the table within such a short period of time to a dialogue process where everyone is acknowledging that they want an end to what is happening. It's a good first step. The second step that I expect following from this meeting is carefully listening to the submissions that were made by individuals as to what they perceive to be the drivers of the conflict, to begin to sustain dialogues to address this. More meetings like this need to be held. People need platforms to air their views, to share their opinion, to ventilate. And as a matter of fact, people need to be brought together to be part of the solution to the problems that they are experiencing. No one can manufacture a solution from anywhere and land it on the people and let it stick. So these dialogues will be inclusive. They will represent the diverse groups in the chiefdom, whether they are Atyap, they are Hausa, they are Fulani, they are women, they are boys and girls. All need to be part of the process.
And honestly speaking, for a day like this to be organized for this sitting with the Atyap people, with the Hausa people and the Fulani people. I think for just agreeing to come, there's already a light at the end of the tunnel that there's going to be peace. Peace is peace. There is nothing that is as good as peace. It is only when you have peace that you can sleep. It's only when you have peace that you can eat. It's only when you have peace that you can have development. To be very honest, this is the beginning of what we know when we were small children. That everybody, whether you are Atyap, Kagoro, Boju, Fulani, Hausa, we used to go as one entity, irrespective of the religion, your house, and how you look like. To be very candid, when some of us find ourselves in these situations, we shed tears because this is not what is expected. More especially for somebody like me. If anybody knows me, I don't care what religion or what tribe you are, as long as you are a human being. If you like, come from the moon to God who made me, I take you as a human being and I deal with you as a human being. All of us are humans. All of us have the same problems. We have the same feelings. We have the same blood. So why can't we live together? What is the problem? We need to look at it critically. And I hope and I thank God that all of us are here. I always tell people that, look, this problem, the solution is us. You don't need anybody from outside. We are the problem. We should solve the problem. We should agree that we are one. I don't want to recount days that you could trek from Kagoro, you can trek to any part of southern Kaduna without anybody embarrassing you or harassing you. And wherever you get tired, you enter that house and you are home. You stay here. So please, this medium is the beginning of another era in southern Kaduna.
That is the end of the crisis. It's dialogue, not gone. See, if you look at the traditional ruler of the Zangonkara, try a lot. He get a very good advice from the people. Call people, sit down on table, discuss the grievances, and get the solution. That is the solution. This is where just like you want to build a house, you put one block. We put one block now. We are not going to stop until we see the end of this crisis in southern Kaduna. Inshallah, I am for peace, not for. If my people are living in peace, I will sleep in the night. But if there is problem, I can't sleep. So Dole will have to fight for the peace and see that we succeeded on this issue. My message to my people, let them keep calm. We don't want anybody to carry law into his hand. And now today everybody see that Katap are for peace. All Katap people, most of them, they need peace. So we have to join hands together with them and bring end of this problem in southern Kaduna. So let's forget about those that have been sitting down in Lagos, Port Harcourt, sending in media that there is this, there is this. It is not true. Let's join hands together. We are all indigenous of southern Kaduna. We have to bring the end of this problem. Most we have to stop it. Look, let me tell you, I was thinking that when I die today, God will ask me how I control my people. If I ask anybody to go and kill somebody, I have to. God have to ask me, punish me about that. So I'm a leader. I have to see that my people are living in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We can move to the next.
aka kai ni can Zambotu LEA nan na yi shekara 5 ina koyarwa a cikin shekara 5 ɗin ko shekara 2 na ƙarshe ko me dalili ina riƙe da aka ga wannan da aka samu a takaice ko